The Treubig Show.
This is the time for pleasant discussion in a thoroughly relaxed mood.
Well, okay, hotshot.
Is it possible for you to shut the up for 10 seconds?
TreubigShow.com.
What's up, everybody? My name is Treubig. This is Treubig Show. Hit me up, TreubigShow.com. Phone number 855-873-8244. Press 1 to listen to the call. Broadcasting live, TreubigShow.com, YouTube, TuneIn, right. So from what I've seen, there are situations happening currently as we speak when it comes to police and members of the public. So we'll just stand by for that and wait as details become more available, because everything just started happening. So we'll wait and talk about it when more details are available. Apparently. I mean, everyone gets it fucking wrong right off the bat. So, it is what it is. We'll hold off judgment on what happened there in Milwaukee. And I think Louisiana, too.
Just support Trump?
Yes!
I can't hear you. Yeah, but if you support Trump, you're getting whacked with this year.
What?
Can you type it? Because I can't hear you.
Alright. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Have you come to agree or disagree with me?
About what?
About Trump, because everyone can tell I'm not a Trump supporter, but
What?
I'm here to talk, so.
Alright. Bring up a topic about Trump.
Wait, are you against him or with him?
I don't really like answering that question. I like talking about the issues without stigma attached to one another.
Well, I guess I just don't like Trump because he hasn't really done anything good, and he's just a bad person in general, and there have been, like, rape stuff against him, and so I just don't like him and stuff like that.
Okay. So what issues don't you like that he did that was no good? What policies?
Well, he didn't allow transgender people to join the army, which I find unfair and just not a good thing to do, because it's basically saying to people you can't join this because you're who you want to be. And then he has said that he does not support gay marriage and he does not support LGBT and just a lot of other stuff. And a lot of stuff he's done as well.
So does everybody have to support that?
Not everybody has to support anything. Some people couldn't support this topic, some people couldn't support this topic. I personally don't support Trump, but somebody can.
Okay. So what policies do you not like, other than the ones that you stated? What other policies? And gone. Oh well. Is what it is. Can't do it. Anyone who supports the GOP is in league with the devil. Damn. That was deep, Pinoy. Hi.
Oh, man. How's it going?
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So what's on your mind?
Nothing much. What's on yours?
Bring up a topic. You're here to debate. Let's debate. Bring up a policy that you like, you don't like.
What are your views on... What's his name? Blake. Let me find it really quick. Jacob Blake.
I have no opinion.
Okay, same.
I mean, you don't even know his name, so how do you know any of the facts surrounding it?
Because I just don't know the name, because it's very recent.
Okay.
I just, saw the video and everything.
Do you know the facts surrounding it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? All of them?
No, not all of them.
Oh, okay.
Because, facts are still emerging.
Right. So how can one have a valid opinion on something they don't have all the facts about?
Because these facts are still emerging, so you can build an opinion based on the facts that you already have.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you just wait until all of the facts are in before you look like you don't know what you're talking about?
I mean, where do you usually get your facts? Because, same thing with other issues, there's always a different story depending on where you go. So where do you usually get yours?
I don't get my facts from anywhere. I get information from places, and I use my critical thinking skills to form an opinion based on the information I've received.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does it really?
So
or are you just saying
form an opinion
yes?
based on the information that is out, and that is how you...
Yeah, but all the information's not out. So how can you form an educated opinion on something where all the information's not out?
Not bad.
What?
Not bad.
About what?
About trying to form an opinion when all the information isn't out.
I mean, you don't have to apologize to me. I really don't care. And gone.
I'll take care of you myself.
And moving along. Hi.
Howdy.
There you go. Hello. Right. How you doing? There you go. Hello. Sweet.
Your live
so what's up?
radio?
What's on your
Right.
mind? How you doing?
I'm good.
Sweet. So what's up? What's on your mind? All right. What about him?
Well, I mean, I came on a Trump hashtag looking to talk about Trump.
All right. I've never met him.
Well, do you like him?
Which ones? I've never met him.
Okay, do you like his policies?
Which ones? Well, yeah, I think he.
The financial.
I think he knows
financial.
about money. Yeah. Well, yeah, I
think
he's a businessman. I think he knows. But
I disagree with everything the Federal Reserve has
he's
done.
a businessman.
Yes.
But I disagree with everything the Federal Reserve has done. Well, I thought we were talking about economics here. What does that have to do?
You
With,
think he's racist?
well, I thought we were talking about economics here. What does that
Nah,
have to
we're
do?
gonna stop.
That was sudden.
We're gonna
What
switch
is
the
racist?
topic real quick.
That
You think he's racist?
That was sudden. What is racist? I want to know what you think a racist
Do you
is.
really need that defined?
I want to know what you think a racist is. Okay. No.
You hate someone because of their skin color.
Okay. No.
That's a part of racism.
Oh,
do
no,
you
I
mean?
wasn't disagreeing with your
That's
opinion.
a part of racism.
Nor was I agreeing. I just
no, I wasn't
answered your previous
disagreeing
question
with
based on
your
your
opinion.
definition of racist. Nor was I agreeing. I just answered your previous question based on your definition of racist. Well, it's not the definition of racism.
Okay. I thought you were saying that was not the definition of racism.
Racist and racism
Well, it's not the
are
definition of
apparently
racism.
have two different definitions.
Then what's the definition of
Racist and racism are apparently have two different
And he's gone.
definitions.
And I'm right, actually. Look it up.
And he's gone. And I'm right.
According to
actually.
Oxford,
Look it up.
racism has to do with a marginalized
According
minority.
to Oxford,
Racist is just
racism has to do with
discriminating
a
based on
marginalized
skin
minority.
color.
Racist
Apparently,
is just
hey, I didn't make it up.
discriminating based on skin color.
Go ask
Apparently,
Oxford.
Hey, I didn't make it up.
Go ask
Oxford.
Name.
Moving right along. All these college people. Moving right along. All these college people. Echo. Apparently there's an echo somewhere. Echo.
Let's see.
Apparently there's an echo somewhere. I can hash this out. Oh, I can hash this out. Oh shit, yeah there is. Damn. Somewhere. I can hash this out.
shit.
Oh I can hash this out. Oh, look at that. Alright, so here's the problem. Damn, I had those buttons clicked. Yeah, I know it was. Alright, so here's the problem. I have this fucking static shit that I've been talking to you about for quite a while, and it went away. I keep changing channels. And there was a button pushed on one of the channels that made it echo. Oops. Is it better now? I assume that it's better now. Well, I guess I could figure that out. One of the channels that made it echo. Oops. Yeah. Is it better now? It's better now. I got it. Shouldn't have pressed those buttons. Perfect. So yeah, I've already gone down 4 channels with this one wire, and apparently on, I guess, well, on a few of them, but that was the first one I came across, that button was pushed. So that's what happens when you're live. I need to get this thing fixed up. I don't think it is. He says, oh wait, it's still echoing. I don't think it's echoing. Here. I can, well, try to see on the phone, because I was actually playing it over the, I was playing the show on the show. So that's why you would have gotten an echo. Is it echoing still? Echo. Alright, so I have to go to YouTube. And on YouTube, I type in the search, on your mobile device, Treubig Show. And when I do that, I click on it and click on the live stream. and we shall see
I type in the search.
if it is
On
echoing.
your mobile device,
Yeah, it
Treubig
stopped.
Show. And when I do that, I
Right.
click on it.
I don't hear an echo anymore, so I think we're good. Although the video is like spazzing out on on my phone. It's like shaking really bad. I've seen that before. Actually, this phone took a beating over this weekend. I was riding a four-wheeler and I had it in my side pocket, like down by my knee, the cargo pants pocket. And I had the pocket buttoned up, but apparently not buttoned up good enough because I was riding the four-wheeler and it fell out. I had to go find it. I had to go walk the trails and find it in the woods. In the weeds, actually. It was in some weeds. That's where it was. Anyway. Fun story. Good story, bro. Alright, so we got the technical issues hashed out. And we're moving right along. Hello. Goodbye. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing? Yes.
Are we live?
Right now.
Oh no. What state?
Worldwide.
No.
Yep. And gone. Hi.
Are you a radio host?
Right now, yes, you're live. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Hey, tell me, Shorty, come here. I'm trying to blow her back out. Fucking 40 for the year. Tell me that you want me. That's the shit I always hear. I got 3 bitches on me like the 3 musketeers.
Whatever the fuck that was about. Hello.
Hi, live radio.
How you doing?
Great.
All right. So what's on your mind?
Just how ugly your face looks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. Goodbye. Hello. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
All right. So what's on your mind? What's going on with politics there?
What are your opinions about the objectivism of Ayn Rand?
I don't really have an opinion.
Well, that's best for you because it's pretty retarded. So, what is this live radio about?
It's about asking you what topics you want to bring up and talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
I really don't want to talk about anything.
Why?
I have no opinion.
So you want opinion of others?
Yes.
About what?
Anything that you have an opinion about.
Well, I have opinions about the Traps. Do you know who the Traps are?
Is that a band?
No, it's a very feminine guys.
Oh.
They are pretty borderline gays, but they are actually not. The Traps are a gift from God to the humanity, and we should cherish them.
Okay.
And you should also cherish them too, because you know the Traps are the gift from God and shit. So it's just only one opinion that I got. I got so many of them.
Oh, okay. What's another opinion?
No, let's actually talk about the opinion then. I chose for the text. It's Trump stuff.
So, what's your opinion on laissez-faire economic policies?
You just Googled the libertarianism, am I right?
No.
Well, that's basically the shit that's connected to the objectivism and stuff.
No, I've known of Ayn Rand for quite a while, and Murray Rothbard, and Ludwig von Mises, and Frederick Hayek, and so on and so on.
You are just reading the list.
Oh yeah, I'm just reading a list.
You're fucking with me, tell me.
I'm looking right at you.
Don't fuck with me, Tommy.
About what?
About my sexuality.
So, you know about Ludwig von Mises?
I don't know about those gays.
No? Okay, good.
So
then why
Trump.
did you ask me about Ayn Rand then?
No, he just asked me to ask something about you. I mean, ask something from you, and I did. And it was the first thing that came to my mind. Ayn Rand. Why not?
And I said I have no opinion.
And we finished the topic and moved to the trap.
So then I asked you, what do you think about laissez-faire economic policies? And then you accused me of reading from a list and looking up libertarianism, and I told you you have no evidence and you're factually incorrect in your analysis of the actions that I've taken.
I just love to accuse people. Do you have any problems with that?
Okay, so basically you base everything that you say on falsehoods.
Of course.
Okay.
That's the best thing. That's the best thing to do, actually. And you should also do that.
So I'll just guess that you're a Democrat.
No.
Oh, because that's what Democrats do.
Oh, fuck those niggers. Democratic niggers. The best kind of niggers. Or not.
Anything else?
Yes, so about the Trump. So about him.
Yeah, I got no opinion.
But I think that you do have the opinion.
No, I got no opinion on anything. I know a lot, and yet have no opinion on it. Any of it.
So you're opinionless.
Right. I base everything on fact.
But that's also an opinion. A factual opinion.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
I mean, it's basically how you, how do you say that? The facts, they can exist without you. But to, how do you call this thing in English? Fuck, I forgot this word. Well, when you take the fact into your knowledge, then it becomes opinionated. You have some kind of opinion about this fact.
No, all I do is relay observation based on fact.
And then, what do you do with this? With this observation?
I don't have to do anything with it. It's up to you to do something with it, not me. So, for example,
yes.
I witnessed Trump win the 2016 presidential election from the Electoral College. And now I'm conveying that to you because I observed that, and now I'm telling you.
That does not have anything to do with the opinions. And, well, it actually doesn't have anything to do with the opinions.
Right, I told you I have no opinion. I just relayed an observation based on fact.
But it doesn't have a connection of you having an opinion about this.
Yeah, but you said that every observation is opinionated, which is not true.
No, every observation, well, some things they don't. I need to have an opinion about them.
So facts are just facts.
Sometimes. Well, I mean, you have to work with them to have an opinion.
But that's not what you said earlier. You said that facts are opinions.
No.
Yes.
I said that one thing leads to another.
One thing leads to another, and
no, I mean,
she was pregnant.
Let me go back. Like, you don't have any opinions about anything.
No.
Even about the weather.
No, it just is. It is what it is.
It just exists.
Yep.
Like, do you have any preferences about the weather?
No, not really.
Are you more of a snowman?
No, I don't
woman?
I don't have an opinion. I don't like nor dislike any of it. I just relay what exists at the moment, my observation based on fact.
So how was your sex life?
Very factual based.
A very factual based.
We tell it like it is. The scientific terms for everything.
It all began like like a set of the retarded jokes, but now we are actually turning to the philosophy. I'm beginning to be interested in this kind of shit. I know, really, like you're cosplaying a radio man. You should have some topics.
Why do I have to be opinionated? Why can't I be the only factual based radio show in the world?
I mean, that will be a pretty boring a radio show.
Why?
Because it's basically a news anchor.
No,
it's basically news.
No, a news anchor just breezes through the topics. I could actually get really, really, really detailed in each topic.
You are a really detailed news anchor.
Correct. Where I spend an hour on one story. That really gives you a good 24-hour news cycle because it actually takes 24 hours to go through the news cycle.
Well, yes.
You don't just go breeze through it in 5 minutes and have to repeat it again.
That's pretty dope. Like, and what else do we need to discuss? Okay, so, well,
I have no opinion.
I got it. It just reminded me of that video that I'm not a rapper. You know that thing?
No.
No, well, then it doesn't matter. So, well, it seems that we both... well, you see, you have some opinions. We both like the politics and the Trump. So, there are some opinions...
No. That's not an opinion. See, I didn't write that statement.
Then who did? Who is that motherfucker?
The website said that I like those things.
No, it...
Yes, it does.
It doesn't work like this. Like, you have to...
It says you both like politics and Trump. Okay, I did not write I like politics or Trump. I wrote politics, Trump. See, I did not write that sentence. Somebody else wrote that sentence.
So it's all the Omegle. It wants to divide us. Oh, we should not let the Omegle do that to us. I think it's pretty retarded.
Well, from what it says here, they stand with Hong Kong. Who else do they stand with? They stand with you? Do they stand with me?
It seems not. So, do you actually stand with Hong Kong?
Well, I'm not standing. So I'm not standing with anybody right now. I'm comfortably sitting in this chair.
You are
fact.
Sitting with Hong Kong.
Fact. I'm sitting.
You are sitting with Hong Kong.
No, I'm not in Hong Kong.
No, you are sitting with Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is nowhere near me right now. So
how do I know?
Just like I'm not sitting with you. Because you're not here with me sitting.
How do I know that you are not in Hong Kong?
Hong Kong would have to be sitting in a chair next to me.
So there's a guy named Hong Kong. And he has to sit with you. For you to sit with him.
I have no opinion.
I like this kind of trolling, dudes. I think that the best kind of trolling is that the kind that you cannot play along. It's just getting more and more retarded with every sentence. um,
Well, it makes you think, huh? Fact.
that was the most depressive statement of facts. Like, it makes you think, huh? All around me, I see worn out faces. What am I doing with my life?
I have no opinion.
You have no opinion. What am I doing with my life? I too do not have any opinion. I am asking people, what am I doing with my life? Why am I wasting my precious live hours on the Omegle debating over things that do not have any opinions? No, I mean that you are not a thing. I mean, like a cosmic things, cosmic beings. Oh, shit, fucking mosquito. I hate the mosquitoes. But the mosquitoes.
Is that fact?
Well, there is a mosquito flying near me. That's a fact.
How do you differentiate? See, you said I hate mosquitoes. Now, that could that be fact and opinion? Could it be your opinion that you hate them, or could it be a fact that factually you hate mosquitoes? See, if I were to be reporting on this, that would be a fact that you yourself hates a mosquito. But could that also be your opinion that mosquitoes are worth hating?
Well, from you, it's just a fact. It's not your opinion.
So I stated a fact of your opinion.
You stated a fact of my fact. And opinion at the same time. Let's call this singularity a fact opinion.
So it is true to have an opinion and a fact at the same time.
Sometimes not. Like, I am sad. It's opinion, but you cannot state it as a fact.
Yeah, but it's your opinion, but to me, it's a fact that you're sad. To but you, it's your opinion that you feel that way.
You cannot await this information. Like, how do I say it? Like, it doesn't have any weight to you. Like, you cannot... it's not a fact that a person can be sad. It's a very philosophical thing. Like, I'm feeling emptiness inside me. Is it a fact? It's just my opinion. Maybe I'm just starving. You see? Maybe I'm feeling... Well, actually, yes. If I was starving, and I told you that I feel the emptiness inside me, then it would be a fact, because I have a factual emptiness inside me. But if we are talking about the emotions, then it's not a fact. It's just my opinion. So, how is your sex life?
You want the facts or the opinions?
You remember about my invention 2 minutes ago? Fact opinions. I want them both.
Well, it's very factual. I lay it out. I'm very blunt. There's no pickup lines. There's no beating around the bush. It is what it is.
And it is what?
It is what it is.
And it is what?
It is what it is. That is a factual statement.
That's pretty a boring sex life, like no BDSM and stuff. It is what it is.
Right.
Maybe it's left. You see, I'm sensing some left propaganda coming out from you.
Some left propaganda?
Yes.
Now, is that an opinion?
It was my opinion. about your facts. Ha! But they may be fake facts. Like the facts can be fake, but opinion cannot be fake.
Like fake news?
Yes, the fake news. Well,
isn't fake news opinion?
No, it's a fake fact.
Yeah, but a fact can't be fake. That means it's a farce.
A fucking farce.
Yes.
Shit, it's all over us.
You have farce all over your face?
Yes, that's how I get horny.
Yeah.
Now you know about my sex life, but I still don't know I still don't know anything about your sex life.
Some KY farce?
KY farce?
Yes.
That sounds like a mix of letters.
Wow. So there's some KY jelly here.
KY jelly.
Yes. Have you ever heard of it?
No, can't we just talk about the politics?
Right now I am?
Right now.
KY jelly's political?
I know about a KY jelly.
Is KY jelly left-leaning or right-leaning?
I don't know who it is. Or what it is.
KY jelly is lubrication.
I used that before. KY jelly.
Yes.
So it's a lubricant.
Yes.
And you're asking me if it's a left-leaning or a right-leaning.
Yes. Is it a conservative lubricant or is it a very liberal lubricant?
Well, if it makes you a racist, then it's a conservative. If it makes you a gay, then it's a liberal, a lubricant.
Yeah. Wait, but can't the liberals be racist too?
They can, as can the conservatives be gay. Do you know Milo?
Yeah.
So now you know. But really.
All right.
It's actually pretty sad here.
Yeah. Well, you don't have KY jelly. No wonder you're sad.
Of course. And it's pretty painful, you know.
Well, that's what KY jelly is supposed to prevent.
The emotion of the painfulness.
No, the actual painfulness.
Well, but it's emotion of pain.
A lotion of pain?
A lotion of pain. That's that's the main enemy of the KY jelly. You know, it's like a jelly. When you input it inside, you just feel a ton of cocks inside of you already. Like you don't have to have actual cocks inside you. It just works like this. It's super conservative jelly. And it also makes you racist. You don't have to have inside you. Super conservative jelly.
No. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah.
Can you explain me one thing?
What?
I think that you are American.
How did you guess?
Or you are a Canadian. They both have the same gay accent, actually.
Well, hold on. Canadians say things like
Abu.
and again. And yeah, actually,
and also
that's a southern thing. A boot.
Oh, let's not forget about a boot.
What you going on a boot?
What you going on a boot? Fucking Canadians. So yes. Well, you're from a U.S. Any parts of the U.S.
The top part.
The Midwest part.
Oh, the top part. Not the tippy top but definitely the top.
Chicago?
No, that's a little too left leaning.
Politically?
A little more to the right. No, physically. Geographically.
Well, I don't care. Actually, can you please explain me one thing? Like 20 minutes before, I was cosplaying Jesus. I had the turban and shit. And I met one guy, and he told me that it's pretty racist, but Jews are not a different race. Can you please explain me this American stuff?
I don't understand what was said.
What was said?
Like Jews is not a race.
Yes, but this thing that you said, that's pretty racist if you dress like, I don't know, if I dress like, again, a Jew, a Jew, or let's say I dress like an Italian, and some American may tell me that it's pretty racist.
Well, this is the problem that we're having here.
But it's not a different race. It's just it's a nationality.
Well, again, it's a problem that there's a belief that everyone's offended by everything. To be honest with you, if someone wants to dress up like me, I really don't give a shit. I mean, have at it. Have fun. It's what it used to be in America, where if you really like something, you dress up like it. Nowadays it's offensive to do that. So
no, I know. The question was, why do Americans consider a culture a race?
I have no idea. Yeah, I know that it's not.
Well, actually, the funny thing is that the race thing, it's how do you call it? It's a pseudoscience, like it was invented in the 19th century. Well, even the race stuff, it's the fake stuff. But we're not talking about this. I'm talking about this a different opinion about the culture and the race. It's pretty strange.
Well, the people that you're talking to that's offended by that seem to be based on factual observation. That they have a belief that people should be offended by things like that. Such as, for example, if I were to dress up as an Indian, like an actual Indian, with like a bow and arrow, whatever, the belief of these people is that is offensive because you're not Indian.
But why are they being offensive on the... How do you say this thing?
But what's interesting about it is that they themselves are not Indians, but they say that you're being offensive to the Indians that they themselves are not.
I remember the word on the behalf of the Indians. Why are they being offended on the behalf of the Indians?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Well, yes.
But that also is that's going around. It's mainly with younger people that's happening.
With the liberal left, with the liberal young people.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call them that, yes.
And they are not?
Well, some of them are communists and Marxists. Self-described. I mean, liberal technically is libertarian. Like, that's technically. But it's not how the word's used today.
I know.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's really difficult. It's really... like, for instance, there was a white woman who I got into an argument with, and she decided to say that I was an oppressor because I'm a white male.
Just because you're white?
Yes, and that she was a female, so she was oppressed, but also so are all black people. And I called her out on it and told her that was racist. Which it technically is, according to the
You know-
definition.
In Russia, we have this saying that the arrow, it doesn't turn around. Like, well, I think that you got the meaning. Like, it worked only to them, but not to you.
Right, yes. Pretty much you can dish it out, but you can't take it type of thing.
Yes.
Like with jokes, like I could make fun of you, but as soon as you start making fun of me, I get all offended about it, type of deal. If you were to go in that sense. So yes, that is a double standard.
Would you consider yourself easily offended?
No.
Like, ever?
No.
Don't you have...
All right, so when I don't take offense by words, so you can call me whatever you want. What I take offense to is when government steals my money and infringes on my rights. That is offensive. And I have no respect for anyone who condones that or actively partakes in it.
Yes, so fuck the Texas Libertarian Party for the win.
Oh, is that what you're for?
No, actually, I don't care. No, I mean, you see, the thing is that I just have this thing that I am anti something. I can't affiliate myself with any party.
Right.
So, like, you see, I'm not into any religion, but I am anti-Muslim.
So you don't like the isms? Like
No.
communism, socialism, capitalism.
No, some isms I do like, but I don't stand with them. I don't stand with them.
I
Like,
stand with only one ism. Leave me the fuck alone-ism.
Leave me the fuck alone, ism. It sounds very libertarian. No, I mean it's basically in the list of the characteristics of the libertarian.
why is that so hard? I really don't understand why people can't just leave people alone. Like that's why we're all fighting each other, is because we won't leave each other alone.
Well, it's because you are part of this society and you have to be part of it.
So maybe you being in Russia, that's how it is, or wherever you're at. I assume in Russia because that's what you said.
No, I'm
Huh?
I'm not in Russia.
Okay. Well, wherever you're at, that may be. But in the United States, we have a Constitution and a Declaration of Independence. And the country was founded on individual liberty. And in that, we're a nation of individuals. We are not a collective society.
Well, I think that there are only 5 countries that are still a collective, a societal. I mean,
yeah, we're not supposed to be a collective society. It's not what the United States is. It was to each their own. If you want health care, go buy it. If you don't want it, don't buy it. But if you get sick, then you get no help because that's a service that somebody provides, and you can't, steal. You can't enslave people to serve you.
but still, some things they work in Texas.
What?
Like, well, it's basically how the police works. Like, they take taxes from your job on the work of the police. Like, it's how other salary is being made because of your taxes. The roads, the police system, and stuff.
It has to be that way.
It is that way.
Well,
like
a lot of things are the way they are. I'm just asking if it has to be that way. Is that the only way?
No,
that it can be done.
Like, for example, in the libertarian policy, I mean, in this, how do you call it? Well, the police in the libertarianism, it's a private thing. Like, it's controlled by the private companies. Like, it can be controlled by the private companies.
Right. Yes.
Like, it's one of the ways it goes.
I think it would be I don't know how much I like that. Because a private business that's open to the public here in the United States. So let's say a store, for example. A store is open to the public, but it is a private entity. So the private entity can refuse service even though it's open to the public. Now, a city hall is open to the public, but it's a public entity, and they cannot refuse service or kick you out unless you're committing a crime. So there's a big difference. Now, if a road is open to the public but it's privately owned, can they deny you access to that road?
If it's privately owned?
Yes.
But if it's open to public?
Right.
Well, there are actually roads like this. Like, you have to pay for them to drive on them. They have more...
Yeah, toll roads. But they're not privately owned in America.
They may be. Well, they may be privately owned.
Not in America.
Well, not in America.
Every single state in the United States can have one toll road. And it's a highway, actually. So they're not privately owned. Now, there are privately owned roads, but they're not open to the public. Most of them. Some of them are, like, let's say a road that's going around a hospital. That could be privately owned, but they can deny entry to those roads. They can decide who comes and goes. They could trespass people. On a public road, someone cannot be trespassed unless it's court ordered for whatever specific reason. There could be reasons, but it's court ordered. It's not the private entity that is saying we don't want this person on our road. So this is why I say that voluntary contributions would work a lot better. You look at Amazon. Amazon's a voluntary contribution. So if you don't pay for the item, they don't provide you the service. Amazon provides the service, not necessarily the item. So if you don't pay for the service, then you don't get the item that the service provides. Why can't that be with the police and fire and the roads and all of that? And it doesn't even have to be donations. It could be that there could be a fair in the town, and they bring the businesses in, and the businesses pay, kind of like a flea market. There could be a market. The businesses pay for a specific slot to be in, and then people in the public could come, and I think things like that to raise money. That's just one example.
I mean, it's still libertarianism leaning.
Right. It's that the state's not coming and forcing you at the point of a gun to pay them.
No, like the state is its own private sector. Like that's how it can survive in the libertarianism society. Like state is another private company.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand. By people say, "Oh, we need higher taxes." It's like, well, feel free to write a check. Why is who's holding you back? That's what I don't understand. Like when these super rich people say that we need to pay millions more dollars in taxes, it's like, yeah, get out your checkbook and write a few $1 million to the federal government if that's what you want to do.
Well, they can do that or they cannot.
They don't do it until it's mandatory. When that's what raises my suspicion on why do they want it to be mandatory? What incentive do they have for that?
Well, the government tells them to do that. Like, if it's mandatory by the government.
No, this is what I'm saying. We'll take San Francisco, for example. Quite a while ago, the dog walking businesses, they wanted licensing for dog walkers to prevent dog walkers from pretty much their business being taken. through licensing. Now, they didn't say that. They were for licensing for safety and all that junk, but that's not what they really wanted. When there's a barrier to entry in a specific market, such as licensing, paying large sums of money to be able to run the business, the ones that are already in the business can afford the license, and the ones who aren't in it, they have a very high barrier to overcome to be the competition. So it's basically getting rid of competition. Does that make sense? So the incentive of the original, dog walking businesses is to have licensing. So anytime anyone says that we need licensing, such as Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook saying the government needs to regulate the internet in America a lot more, what is his motive? His motive is very fucking simple, is that he wants to be the only platform government mandated to where he doesn't have competition.
But there is this thing with the free market and the free competition that in the end it would still be a monopoly. Like in the end there will be a super strong company that will buy all the other companies or will destroy them.
A monopoly is government assisted.
Well, I mean, even if the government doesn't exist, still there will be one corporation that will become a government.
Yeah, but that's not a monopoly. Monopoly is government assisted. Now, a really big business, like if Facebook was a really big business, if it was equal playing field, a free playing field for competition, when people got sick of Facebook, they'd go to the competition. It's only the people's fault for sticking with Facebook as an example. It's only their fault for using it. So they get what they deserve. But if there is tons of licensing to even have competition with Facebook, then they're locked in. And that's all you got. Even if you want to leave, you can't. Because no one's around.
Just don't use the social networks. There are other means to work on the internet. Like the email, like something like this.
Yeah, but you don't understand that even if you're doing other things, it's regulated. So, therefore, if you're doing it and there's proof that you were doing it, then you go to prison. Or you get fined. Even if you do something illegal and no one's around to see it, if there was ever evidence that you're doing something illegal, then you would be brought up on charges. That's what I'm saying, is that it's not a free playing ground for everyone to be able to compete. A monopoly keeps competition away. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say.
Well, yes, you are meaning to say that it's backed by the government. I mean...
Right. Through licensing and under the guise of safety.
Like this. But I mean, without the government, as I told you before, there would still be like a super strong corporation that will become a government and invent those.
How would they become a government?
On a small territory. Like
that can't happen under the Constitution.
Well, a constitution, actually, I think that it exists only in the government, like this. Like you do have...
No.
You must have some, like, a policy to have the constitution.
No, the Constitution spells out what the government can do.
Yes, but...
And then in the Bill of Rights says what the government can do. They cannot abridge on the freedom of speech.
But what's the point of the Constitution if there is no government?
Well, I never said get rid of the government. Who's talking about getting rid of government?
Well, yes. No, I mean, get rid of, the verticality of the government. Like, when it can control you. Like, the government has basically to be a constitution, and not the people who, how do you say this thing when you use the constitution, like, to I forgot this word, to promote the constitution like this. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Well, there is the constitution.
Right.
There's the government who wrote this constitution and promotes the usage
Right.
of the constitution. Like, it's why we have the how do you call it? Where the judge just thinks.
The judicial branch in the United States. Yes.
Branch, the police and well stuff like this, and so it all belongs to the government. But what I'm saying that in a true private society there should not be any government. Like the constitution should be like what do you call it? Like a law that is not promoted by the government, like the man.
Yeah, but who would provide justice?
Like the people who would like to provide the justice, like a private a police company.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't see that.
Did you watch?
That would be more corrupt than what's already happening.
Well, you see, well, again, the government is just a corporation. It's like the biggest corporation.
All they should be there is to provide justice.
But again, the government doesn't have to be the organ to provide the justice. Like, the justice can also be a private, but still the constitution exists.
I just don't see how that would be legitimately organized like that.
But you just live in society where it's normal, where the government, it tells those judges to do the law by the law, let's say so. Like there's always a man who can change the constitution.
Okay, so no, there isn't. In the United States, it takes the cooperation of a lot of people to change the Constitution.
But they can't do that.
I mean, but it's not even the. I don't know how much you know about the United States government and the branches, and it goes down even to the state level. It takes almost. I don't even remember how many states. 2/3 at least of the states to amend the Constitution, and that's the politicians in the states. That's not even on the federal level.
But still, it can be done.
Well, it's been done.
Well, yes, that's what I'm talking.
But what I'm saying is that it takes the cooperation of a lot of people to do that. It's not. Again, it's not just one man or woman.
Again, not promoting the kind of the government that I'm talking about. I'm just saying that there is a possibility for this. And there's also a possibility for the government to change the law. Though it's very hard, it still can be changed.
Well, yeah, anything could be done. But, well, really, we could just forget about it. It's words on a sheet of paper. It only has as much legitimacy as people give it at the end of the day.
So there should not be any constitution.
I disagree. There is a place for government. It's to provide justice for the main ills of mankind, which would be murder, assault, vandalism, theft, things like that. But when it comes down to the little things, they should keep their nose out of it. When it comes to the economic stuff, keep your nose out of it.
Well, yes, that's pretty what the libertarianism is about. Like, exactly. You don't have to go into the private sector. Just do the laws and the policy like this.
The most basic. There's in a free society. There's always things that are not just, that seem incorrect. See, the biggest problem I have with today is that if everyone agrees something's not right, then we have to make a law. which is not correct. There's just certain things that are just kind of fucked up that it just is what it is. That's life, you know? We don't need laws on every little nitty-gritty thing.
But yet again, like you have your own shop, you are getting robbed, and you want to defend your, well, a private shop.
Right.
You have your shotgun and stuff like this, and you shoot the guy. Technically, you did everything right.
Yes.
You don't like, it's the logical things to do. Again,
Right.
you don't have to shoot the guy. You just have to say, like, don't just get out of my property and stuff. Like, you are defending your private property. But like in a super libertarian government, I mean the anti-government, like a society, a true libertarian society, you don't have to have constitution for these kind of things. It's just the logical things to do. Like, if everybody had the normal mentality, then I wouldn't have to have the law. Again, it's the same thing with the communism. Like in the communism, they don't have the governments, the police, the money. It's all on the affair. How do you say this thing? Like, you just have to be honest with people.
Yeah,
That's
but
how
I don't think that works so well.
Yes. It's just an utopia. Yes.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, it doesn't work so well that it's not. It needs to be written down so that it's plain and simple for everybody to see. Because if it's an idea or a thought, when I was a kid, there used to be a game called a telephone game, and well, I mean, it still exists, but this is how it's played, is that I make up something in my head, a sentence, and I whisper it to the person next to me, and there'd be 15 people in a line, and we all and everyone whispers it, and the last person that gets it whispered in their ear is not the original thing that was said. That's why it needs to be written down.
But it doesn't have to be governed by somebody. It just can't be like, a stela in the middle of the city that has the laws. And if you are like, I don't know, if you don't obey the law, then you are being exiled.
So this is the problem with that. What I see the problem with that. Okay, look at a citizen's arrest, right?
Yes.
Now, what if it's an unlawful citizen's arrest?
Then you know that it's an unlawful citizen arrest. Then you have to prevent it.
Who's the mediator?
Again, there are laws. Like, everybody knows about them.
Yeah, who's the mediator that would determine if the arrest was legitimate or not?
The common sense.
It doesn't exist. See, what's common sense to you is not common sense to somebody else.
But there is an overall common sense. Like the constitution that we live by today. Who says that it's the common thing to do? Who said that the common thing is not to steal, for example? What if it's the right way to do? Like, the only people... How do I say that to you? Like, how can you prove that the constitution that we live upon now is the best one? Like, 200 years ago, there were no problems with the slavery, with the genocides, but now it's considered to be wrong. Like, this constitution, it always changes by the times, but there are like a common things that don't have to be changed.
Yeah, we've had our constitution since the 1770s, and it never included slavery.
Well, now it includes the anti-slavery laws. Like, every time you have to include something new because the time changes.
Yeah, but I'm saying it didn't include slavery.
Like, for example, I just imagine that a USA, it becomes a Nazi Germany-like state. Like, I just for example, and they write a new constitution. They can write a new constitution because it's a government, and everybody they obey to this constitution. Again, it can be changed by the government, but you know that your common sense is telling you that it's wrong. That the nationalism is a wrong thing, but still it's being implemented into the constitution. Like, the government can change your worldview by changing the constitution, by changing the common sense.
See, I don't see that working out in the United States. If they trash the Constitution, there would be a revolt.
No, again, I'm not actually promoting this thing. I'm just imagining how it would work. Again, I'm happy with the society that we have. I understand the role of the government. I understand that people cannot be perfect. Like, there should be some constitution, a list of laws. But still, it can work the other way.
My argument is that there's too many laws, and now it's going the complete opposite way of its intent.
Is it? Like, I say that again?
There's too many laws.
And?
So it's not its original intent anymore.
Like what?
Like what?
Yes.
Okay, the drug laws.
And? Well, tell me about the drug laws.
The war on drugs. That's what Nixon called it. So basically, this is the view that I have of it, having seen it, is that, first of all, prohibition does not work. Prohibition of items does not mean that the items are going to go away.
Well, yes,
we've seen this with alcohol. We've seen this with drugs. So the best thing to do is to regulate it and have it available, in a safe manner. It is what it is. People are going to do it. You can't just stop it. It's not how it works. And certain studies have shown in countries that have legalized drugs that more people ask for help when it's not illegal. So that's an argument to make drugs not legal because of what you brought up. It puts it in a black market. In that black market, there's no court system to be able to dispute someone who believes that they're wronged. So if I sell you a bag of drugs and you think I ripped you off, now because it's on the black market, we shoot it out on the streets rather than going to court and having a judge decide the case and then put an end to it. Instead, we have to take the matters into our own hands. So that would be an example where it's government overreach.
So you think that all the drugs should be available to the people?
Well, what is the alternative? The alternative is what we got, which is not working.
Well, yes, like in the countries where they legalized the marijuana, there are no problems with the black market. Like, it's being governed, and
it's being disrupted. The black market's not there. People are going to legitimate routes now. And also, when you're talking about drugs, not in the. I don't know. I forget the thought that I had. I had a thought and then it just escaped me. I don't know. It has to also do with relations with police as well. I mean, you look at no-knock raids. You look at known drug locations where people are stopped all the time because they're in known drug locations. You have police officers stopping people for taillights just to look inside of their car, to get a look inside their car for items that may be prohibited, and then you have police confrontations out of that. So that plays a lot. It plays a big role in the relations between the public and police here in the United States today. Hence why you see, as of now, there's places that are burning. So that plays a big role in it, and the politicians did this. So they're responsible for it, even though they're not really the ones that are getting all of the police are the ones that are getting all the shit for everything that the politicians did.
I think that was the original thought that I wanted to tell you, that the government, from a system that just how do you say this word? I forgot this word in English. That executes the law. Yes, it's becoming a corporation of its own. Like,
so
you see,
rather than it being there if someone's harmed or something like that, it's there to deliver justice. It's actively seeking, which is a problem. You think the actively seeking crime is a problem? You think it should be there for when crime is apparent?
No, I was telling another thought.
Okay.
Like I was saying that the government, the normal government, it works as an executor of the law. But with this drugs, I don't know, the prostitution, it becoming a corporation of its own. Like, it controls all those spheres. That's what I'm saying. So it's becoming more powerful than it was in the beginning. In the beginning, it was just a mediator between the private systems, but now it's becoming its own private network, let's say.
Yes.
And because it's a government, it cannot be toppled. Like,
yes.
it will always hold the highest ground.
The only way it could be toppled is with pitchforks.
Well, yes, but sometimes the government is just too harsh. Like, like, for example, in Russia, it's basically a dictatorship under the Putin. Like, people gave the government so much of their freedom that now there is nothing left. Now they gave all the pitchforks to the government, so there are no pitchforks left. Like this. Yes. So it's basically like this. Like, it's very hard to do the revolution in Russia. It's because it's a federation, and like, it's easy to destroy the protests. Like, it can never be achieved. Like, the huge protests can never be achieved because the government, it will always try to escape to another point. And you know that in Russia there are so many points that the government can escape to, like this. Yes,
well,
so that's
that you bring up a good point. To break for an advertisement for Clem's Patriot Pitchforks. Grab yourself a Patriot pitchfork today. Just call up Smudge. He'll fit you with one of Clem's Patriot pitchforks today. Call now 855-873-8244 to get yourself one of the very patriotic Clem's Patriotic pitchforks.
Approved by the motherland and the Holy Spirit. Yes. So it's like I like the thing in United States that you can actually sue the government. Yes.
Yes.
Like a private, like, I mean, anybody, they can sue the government. They can sue the president.
Yes.
But like, I think that in the state of Iowa, the government holds at the least a federal property. Like,
probably. I don't know for sure.
Yes, but I mean, things like this exist.
So like, if you were arrested and it was a wrongful arrest, you can sue and you would get a monetary reward.
Yes, but in the post-Soviet Union countries, this does not work. Like, you cannot sue your president. You cannot sue the police. Because, again, we gave too much freedom to those people.
Yeah, so that's the reason why technically our government is for the people, by the people. It's governed by the consent of the citizens in the given area, and that means that the government can do wrong, and the courts are supposed to be impartial and in finding the actual truth in the matter, and if the government's wrong, then they have to pay for it.
Well, again, I think that there is at least some small percentage of corruption in the U.S. government. Well,
no, it's a very large percentage.
no, I mean, still it exists. But just so you know, in other countries, especially in the post-Soviet Union countries, it's super corrupt. Like, again, as I told you, the people gave too much power to the government, well, to the people in the government, in exchange for the stability. Like, to them, the stability was much more needed than their own freedom and their own choice. Like this.
Right.
Some people actually like it. Like in the country that I live in, it's a very, it's an almost a middle-aged society, where again people they like this kind of stability, like this a patriarchal society. Yes, they like it. The president gives them this stability and they take it. But in some countries, if they want to fight it, they cannot, as I told you, because they don't have the power. It was taken from them a long time ago in the beginning.
Are they ever going to get it back?
I'm sorry, what?
Are they ever going to get the power back? Is the power going to go back to the people anytime?
Well, in some countries it works, like, for example, in Georgia, in Ukraine. Like, you know, they had this anti-Russian protests in the 2014. But still, like, if you see the news from this country, I mean, Ukraine, still, they say that they basically changed these assholes for the other assholes, like this. So
right.
It's basically now, at first they had pro-Russian assholes, now it's the pro-European assholes.
Right.
Like this. But in Georgia it was it was for the betterment of the society, actually. Like, the police is not corrupt, the government is not corrupt. It has the highest standards of living among the Caucasian republics, like this. But in Ukraine, if you see the GDP of Ukraine, if you see the standards of living, if you see the human, how do you call it, human development index, it's pretty low, actually, like this. Even in my country, that I told you that we are in the middle age, we have a better a human index development than Ukraine. It became a very economically poor country again, but still they are free of the pressure from Russia. At least they have some freedom, but not from themselves, from their human Ukrainian nature. Yes, and now you know they are doing the same thing in Belarus. Like, actually, it's not the first protests they do there. They do that actually every election of the president. You know, they don't call it the election of the president. They call it the election of the Lukashenko. like this. Yes, but now in the new protests, the Spetsnaz, how do you call it, Spetsnaz? Like SWAT, yes. Like the SWAT, it was a very aggressive. Like, there were many casualties, and these protests, they are growing and growing and growing. And I think that in the end, they will actually overthrow Lukashenko.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that with the fall of the Lukashenko, Russia will lose all of their political, how do you call it, political allies.
Yeah.
Yes. In Europe, they will have nobody left. I think that the only countries who did good after the Soviet Union, it was the Baltic countries, you know, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. They did not, how do you call when you go inside a group? Join. They did not join. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I was going to say infiltrate.
No. No, it's what the Russia does with other countries.
Oh.
Yes. No, I mean, they did not join the, how do you call the state of independent republics. It's basically a USSR too. It was created after a USSR. They did not join this thing. They had their own way of the development, and they are in the European Union. They have a huge standard of living, human, like, they did good. But other countries, they are still in this. They still have this spirit of communism inside them,
Yeah.
and I think that it will not be easy to eradicate it.
Well, it's all coming here to America, so I talked to a lot of American communists here. I don't know if you have.
Well, you remember, like in the beginning, I told you that I don't have actually a solid political view. I have my political views are basically anti something, anti-Islam, anti-communism, anti-nationalism, and stuff like this. But again, like if you ask me, I would, as I told you in the beginning, I would stay close. You know the political compass, yes. So I'm basically leaning to the right and anti-authoritarian. Again, there may be a government, but I think that the government that we do have now, like the state of the governments in the world, it's not the best one. Like, you see, even the best governments can be given too much freedom. I think that the government should be, well, like the justice is blind. I think that the government should be blind. That's my idea.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
It should create a platform where independent people can prosper on their own merits and do what they want to do when they want to do it, as long as they're not hurting anybody else. Right? Isn't that fair? Isn't that what we all want?
Well, it's fair. And if I'm not wrong, it's still like this in US.
To an extent. It's not 100%.
Like, if you know, in Eastern Europe and post-communist countries, it's very hard to open a private property. Like the small business is very to achieve.
Here's the thing about that. And then I gotta go. The thing about that is that so in our Constitution, in the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution, there's eminent domain, where the government can take anyone's property for public use, and there's supposed to be a jury trial, I guess, to determine how much money the government has to pay the individual whose land is being taken for public use. And public use would be like a park or a government building or something like that. That would be government use. So, yes, in a sense, there is public property or private property, but also there isn't under that. So I understand why it was put in. I just don't like the provision that that there's the person whose property is being taken has no argument on if the property is going to be taken or not in court. There is no argument.
So, I mean, as I told you, the government has the option to be corrupted. Like, if it has the plot holes, then it's not as good.
But here it comes to interpretation. They can't take someone's property, private property, and give it to a company, which would be private use. But couldn't you interpret that the private use of that property will gain more tax revenue for the government, and therefore that benefits the public, and therefore that is a public benefit by taking someone's property? You see how interpretation has a lot to do with that.
Yes.
I think it's pretty basic on what rights should be, and that's what it should be. That's my view. Leave people alone. If you don't like me, cool. Go do what you do. I'll do what I do. That type of thing,
That's how things should work.
Right. Weren't we taught this as kids? Like, if you got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. Or don't say anything at all. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't worry about what other people are doing.
So it's because people have the opinions, and they are not And it's not the fact, so you see.
That is fact. It is. It's
In a
fact that I was told that when I was a kid.
We live in society of the opinions and not the facts.
Yes, especially today. Everything's based on emotion today, which is it's just terrible. It really is.
That's why we have these social justice warriors and stuff.
Right. Well, it was nice talking to you. We started out really weird and then funny and then got serious.
I hope that you don't think that I'm retarded and stuff.
No. We were messing with each other, which was kind of fun because it made me think. I had to really think on how to not have an opinion.
In the end, they're only facts.
Yeah. Well, here I'll let you know that you can go to shitradio.com. That's where I'm at. Right.
So then.
I'm on shitradio.com. Get it, baby.
Right. All right, later, man. There he goes. And that's that. At least I told him. That was fun. It was fun talking to him. Every once in a while, you get someone fun to talk to where you just go everywhere in conversation. I put up some more clips on YouTube. Before I did the show, because I kind of slacked on that. Subjectivity is subjective.
Got it.
But it's all subjective.
Yes.
What is not subjective?
I couldn't even tell you what's not subjective.
Yes. Like
well, okay, I'll give you like things that are not subjective, but at the end of the day, like if you want to be an asshole about it, like they will be subjective, because like the meaning of subjective is based on opinion, right?
So subjectivity is subjective.
I'd have to do my research.
All right. There's a little bit of that. He ends up leaving because I blew his mind with subjectivity as subjective. Mind blown. Right there. 855-873-8244. TrueBigShow.com. You can listen over the phone. Press 1 to listen, 2 to call. Website, shitradio.com. Also, YouTube, chat room, all kinds of shit. Abso-fucking-lutely. I gotta get out of here. Thank you very much for listening. I'll talk to you later. Peace!
The Treubig Show. TrueBigShow.com.
The Treubig Show.
So what's the point?
The point of what?
Are you making a point?
A point about what? You said what's the point? That would imply... Are you saying what's the point of what I'm saying?
No, I'm asking you. I mean, you're asking me. You're responding with a question.
You're asking me. You're using too many pronouns, man.
No, I'm asking you. What's the point?
When you say what? The point to what?
I'm asking you, what's the point?
I know.
And you're
totally
responding with a question.
I totally understand what your point is. I heard the sentence. I'm saying, please please explain what you mean by these words.
I want you to
elaborate.
I want you to expand on what you were saying.
Of what?
I want you to expand on what you were saying.
About what? Specifically what? We're talking about a lot of things.
Well, now I can't remember because you asked so many questions.